wear a mask. Is that what you're saying? Who are you to say that?
Well, let's just go talk to the manager.
Sure.
Can we just use the bathroom, please?
Sure.
That's what we want to do.
Okay, sure. So I have to use the bathroom now, and you're not letting me use the bathroom, so I'm gonna just put you on camera.
No problem. I'll comment that. Let's just go talk to one of the security guards and the manager.
Perfect. Everywhere we go, we have to have this conversation because nobody reads the mandate, nobody cares about the law.
No big deal. If you don't need one, that's okay. I just need you to talk to them first.
Sure. I get what you're saying.
Security guard or somebody from that.
Yeah, we just want to use the bathroom.
Okay, you still gotta wear a mask when you come into a building.
Sure, but there's mask mandates, right? And laws in place. That
So it's been like this for a year?
Sure, but I'm saying to you.
Whole year.
Exemptions as well.
Sure, but I'm saying.
Exempt.
Call security for me.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
So now she's not interested in discussing the exemptions and the mandate. Doesn't care about the law. Doesn't care about the. How you doing, bud? Okay, so can we move so we don't interfere with these people's business? Okay, yeah. So basically, just to give you the update on what's going on here, and I am going to record just for liability reasons, right? So my understanding about the mask mandate, I don't know, we have an officer right here, I guess.
Let's keep walking outside.
Sure, we can have a conversation outside. Can I just get your name real quick, sir?
Sergeant Farr, F-A-R-R.
Sergeant Farr. Okay, can I just get your first and last name, please, sir?
Move away from the entrance.
Okay, so.
Make it easy for you. Hold on a second.
Okay. If you could just, I'm just gonna take a step back because you keep coming close to me. I just don't really want you to.
Well, at some point you're gonna have to come close enough to get my business card.
Sure, that's not a problem.
All right.
Absolutely.
What seems to be the problem?
Okay, so.
Let me ask him first.
Sure. And I am just gonna record just for the record and liability reasons and all that.
Came in here without no mask. I think one of the people that worked in the pharmacy. See what's going on. So what do you have to say, brother?
Okay, so yeah, I don't have any problem or issues. Basically, I'm just trying to abide by statutes, policy, codes, mandates, and the common law, more importantly, right? So the bottom line is here is that nobody can be compelled to wear a mask if it's against what they believe to be their benefit, either medically, religiously, on and on and on. I really don't even need to provide.
What do you base that on?
Well, it actually says in the mandate that you don't.
What mandate?
The state ordinance, right?
Okay.
State ordinance, and again, I don't even really derive my rights or my beliefs from that document. Okay. However, I can refer you guys to that document because I believe that you are actually duty and obligation bound to uphold those procedures, right? And one of them is the federal statute, policy, and code outlining ADA regulations, right? So if somebody even just claims a medical exemption, you can't go any further with that or else you're subject to lawsuit and liability, right? Because this is a public accommodation. I know many people nowadays someone told them this is private property, right? Yes. But it's actually a public accommodation. It's privately owned, but it's open to the public and it's deemed by UCC to be a public accommodation, right? So open to the public at the public's whim and benefit, whatever they believe that is, as long as they're not a direct threat or breaching the peace. So since nobody can here prove that any of us are sick or that we're a direct threat, even if being sick wouldn't be considered a direct threat, but nobody can prove that, let alone anything else, right? And like I said, in the ordinance and the mandate, it specifically outlines you do not have to wear a mask if you...
Just give me a time. How much longer do you think you're going to educate me?
Well, however long it takes you for... We're already too far, right?
I'm here till midnight, but I really don't want it to take that long.
Sure, I don't either, but I have to do this everywhere I go, right? Because it seems that public servants...
At some point, are you going to be done and I'm going to get to speak?
Sure, I don't even understand why we're out here right now.
How long do you think that's going to take?
Well, I don't know, but you already interrupted me, so I guess you want to speak. So you can go ahead and speak now.
So welcome to the city and county of Denver. We are a home rule city. So we have ordinances that require us to enforce health code violations. Right now, you're telling me about federal and state mandate, but you failed to tell me about the city mandate.
Sure.
So why don't we cut directly to your understanding of the city mandate?
Where do we find
city mandate?
It's going to be in the health code. So the requirement to wear a mask, Denver being a home rule city, I do want to do this. If you make me do it, I will do it. If you push my hand, I will do it.
If I do what?
I don't wish to write you a citation for failure to wear a mask inside here, which is contrary to the health code.
Sir, citation is based on statute, policy, and code. It's not law.
Denver Revised Municipal
It's not law, sir.
Denver Revised Municipal Code gives me the authority to cite you for a violation of a health code.
So a code gave you authority, sir?
Indeed.
How does a code give a public servant more rights than the man they serve?
Denver Revised Municipal Code. Now, what you're asking me is a battle for court, not the parking lot of King Soopers. What I will tell you is,
If they deny me service, absolutely, yes.
you are not permitted to go inside this King Soopers because it's inside the city and county of Denver without a mask. If
It's actually not
you don't wanna
inside
do
of
that.
anything, sir.
If
So
you
I
don't want to
mean,
do that, don't go inside. Pick another store, or if you have something here that they have on the shelf you need, you can do an online purchase and you can pull your cart and they will bring it.
okay.
up to
So
you.
who wrote the
You
city
don't have
ordinance?
to.
Who wrote the city
It'll be
ordinance?
the city council. So
Okay.
long and short of
Does
it
the
is-
city council?
long and short of it is, I'm going to try to cut to the chase because really I don't want to waste your time. You want to try to preach at me. I'm not in.
Sure, but I want your service.
So what I want you to do tonight is, if you want to go into the store, you have to wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't go into the store. It's
Whose
that
mandate
simple.
supersedes whose mandate? Like, does the governor's supersede?
Wow. You know
the
what?
city of Denver?
I'm not a law professor. You want to go?
It's not
No,
private
it's not
property,
private.
sir. It's considered a public accommodation. It's privately owned, but it's considered a public accommodation.
Kind of membership to come. It's like your house.
Okay. So
Your house
what?
is private
Awesome,
property,
brother.
right?
You know what? I've been a cop for
right, man.
32 years.
Hey,
I'm
you
not
know,
new at this.
we're peaceful
And
people,
I'm
man.
gonna
We're
let
not
you
here to
engage
make
me,
anybody
right?
sick or put anybody in risk at all.
Well, then great.
Do no harm. That's
Put on a
my.
mask.
sure, but
Outside.
sure, but
All right.
Leave
sure,
your
but
mask
there's
off
been
and
many
walk
there's
away.
been many
That's
medical
right.
professionals who've agreed that wearing a mask can actually put you at risk. So you can't compel a man.
When
You
breathe. I
you
can't
can't
breathe with a mask
you
on.
can't
I don't
Great.
accept. And they still won't let me.
The other item to tell
That's
you
a
is
violation
this.
of my natural
Under the
rights.
Denver.
He doesn't agree with the
Hey,
policy.
do me a
or not.
favor.
Hey, we didn't ask you to join the
Give me a moment.
conversation.
Hey, fuck you. I'm sitting here.
Gentlemen,
Whatever, bro.
Gentlemen.
We're talking.
see. This is how the average public. This is how the average public conducts themselves in public.
This is cool, man. but-
my personal feelings aside,
I understand
your
what you're
personal
saying
feelings
100%,
aside.
bro.
Sure, but we have to
There's
make
a sign
it.
there that says, if you want to come inside,
It's
wear a
policy.
mask.
It's policy.
If you don't like that, don't
So
come
you
in.
don't think that's a violation or not?
They're giving
Trespass against my
They're
Are you
giving
asking Sergeant Farr or are you asking Mike?
Michael Farr. Michael
asking
Farr.
the man.
Unfortunately, I'm wearing the uniform. I can't answer you.
And I
Probably
respect
answer
that.
that.
And I
Come
respect
see
that.
me at 12:05 and we'll have that conversation.
Sure, but here's the thing, Mr.
All I'm
Farr.
telling you right now, brother, is
I
if
hear
you
what
want to
you're
go
saying,
into the store, wear a mask. If you're
I
here to
hear what
make
you're
some
saying.
kind of a,
Absolutely not.
We could if we wanted to.
Can I speak to Mr. Farr for a
Hold
second?
people liable.
Can I speak to Mr.
I've
Farr
been a
for?
cop for 32 years. I don't want to fight with you. I don't
know
even
you
want to
don't.
cite you. But
I'm
believe
not
me,
excited, bro.
my ink, my pen's full of ink. All right, if I had to.
Sir, my pen's full of ink. Sir, my pen. Sir,
As a man, you don't want to.
Now, as a man, I don't want to.
But what
here's what
supersedes
I'm
in your life?
asking.
Sir, my
the
pen.
man
Sir,
or the uniform?
sir, my pen is full
I
of.
have taken an oath.
Our pen is full of
to
ink
hold up
too,
the
and we can write claims, sir.
Constitution, The laws of the state, the laws of the city.
That's not
And
as
when
a
they're
law
in
of the city. That's
conflict-
not law, though.
Yes, it is a law.
An ordinance.
Ordinance is
An
not
ordinance
law.
is not a law, sir.
Indeed, it is.
No,
And
it's
we're
not, sir. It's given the force of law, but it's considered under the heading of
Gentlemen,
statute.
this has been fun. If you come back in the store without a mask, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to ask you to pick another store, or I'm going to ask you to order your groceries.
Sure. So can I
online.
have one more question for you?
I have another question for you. Will you identify yourself to me?
Why would I have to identify myself, sir?
You don't have to.
Could you
Will
please take? Could you
identify?
please take a step back, sir?
Will you identify
I don't
yourself?
appreciate you walking towards me.
Will you give me your name and date of birth?
I don't believe that I have to because I'm not in the commission of a crime, sir.
Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to leave the property.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you won't be upholding the ADA regulations and the laws today, sir, right?
I'm going to have you leave the property.
If I claim that wearing a mask is a detriment to my health, you're not going to uphold that today, sir?
ask you to leave the property.
Okay.
If you're
Thank
gonna
you, sir.
tell me that
No, I
if
have your name ready. I'll file. I can file the
the
claim.
doctor has provided you a note, I'm going to ask to see the note.
Sure, but under the HIPAA laws, I don't have to disclose my private medical information to anybody, sir.
Indeed, that
It's
is
my
true.
private property, right? So are we going to uphold the law today, or are we going to uphold policy of King Soopers?
Based on what I know at the time, I will either cite, arrest, or let you go. That's how it goes. Based on the information I have, and any time I make a decision,
Sure.
that's what I'll do.
So-
are you ready to go?
Sure, if I was to
I'm
come...
ready to have you go. Are you ready to go?
Okay, so now I believe you're threatening me now, so I will
I'm
file...
not threatening you. I'm asking you to leave the property.
Sure, but you're getting loud and you're saying you're ready to have me go. So I thought we were having a dialogue out in the publicly
more.
accessible area, but it seems that you don't want to have any more dialogue. So
No, you-
I have your first and last name. I'll file my claim and I'll hold you liable. Thank you, sir.
very much.
So there we go, another public servant who, while they're trying to be polite, they just can't uphold the law in the correct fashion.